Good morning, everybody. What is up? And welcome to Wake and Base. I hope y'all have been having a good day so far. Hope it's good weather outside. It's a little cloudy out where I am, but I feel like it's gonna be a nice day. And it's not just the Masayoshi Takanaka talking. I really feel it inside. As I'm turning that down and getting focused here on what we're doing today, I again say good morning, and to my two cats that are fighting right next to me, please be good. I don't want to have to get off stream to break up a cat fight. That would really ruin the flow of what I'm trying to do here, which is talk about the key signatures of pop music. Nerdy, yes, that's what we're doing today. But like I said, let me pop in here to the chat and see who we got hanging out here this morning. I know Pavilis came in and said hello and good morning, sends their regards, but they're not going to be able to hang out this morning. They got work, they got stuff to do. So, checking it out later. Hope you're having a good time. Who else we got here? Layla, good morning. Good to see you. Bobby, excellent to see you as well, good sir. Morning. I'll tell you why. It's not just that I'm totally scraping the bottom of the barrel for topics for this podcast that I'm in the third season of, where I still have not really found a format. No, it is not that. I have a point. I really do. Okay, Anna, what's up? Good morning. And what is that point here as I turn off the old Takanaka? What am I talking about here today? I want to talk about key signatures. What are key signatures, you may be asking yourself? Key signatures are what we have as far as a palette of colors to choose from whenever we're making music. And there's a lot of reasons you can use different keys. Different sounds. Vocal register is a very common one to understand. I've got a lower voice, so there are certain keys, even though that you can change octaves, there's a certain range that works well for me. If I had a higher voice up here, Mickey Mouse, I might have yet a different range that I would like to operate in. So like maybe D major feels good. I know for my voice, B. I like B major. B major feels good. For whatever reason, getting into, I think, C major is a little too high. So it's kind of one example of that. But why talk about it in pop music? Or city pop, specifically? Well, in pop music, there are certain trends that kind of go through waves, maybe kind of like fads, but there's certain things that stay unified throughout time. And that has to do with this major-minor back and forth of major is happy, minor is sad, and also has to do with certain keys just being very, very pleasing. And in pop music in America, one of the big key signatures that we really, really like, we like our C major, our D major, I think it's A major, or A minor, that's our one minor, and G major. I think those are the four most common keys, so three majors and a minor. And if we look at the key signature later, those are very few numbers of sharps and flats. So that's another thing that we can talk about is instrumentation. Whatever instrument you're playing can also indicate, well, what are you going to do with the key signature? Because certain key signatures, as we'll look at here in a second, are hard to make sound really nice on guitar and bass because of our open strings. So that's what I wanted to do today, is just take a little bit of a dive, a very nerdy dive, into key signatures, listen to some music, and then make an archive. And I'll show you what I'm talking about, and have you guys give me suggestions of albums, musicians. Only rule, 1975 to 1990. That's the only rule. We're aiming mostly for city pop, but it doesn't have to be just from Japan. It can be from anywhere. As long as you feel that you have a solid argument for, this is city, I think this doesn't have its own strong subgenre. I think this should be included because it was influenced. I'll take that argument. All right. So let's go ahead and switch on over to the research window. There we go. And now, welcome to my madness. All right, let's get this one out here. Hey, morning, Zal. What's up, homie? Good to have you here. Glad you got here just in time. Hey, Julian, good to see you. All right, so here's what we got so far. The tracks that I have tabbed, all the ones that are on YouTube, you know, and the Patreon backing tracks, all that stuff. That's where this came from, was when I was making the Patreon backing tracks. I went through, reorganized this here, and I almost got all the way done, but I need to put the release year in the album title. But the idea here is that I'm taking artists, track songs, and going for their key signature, just their bass key signature. We'll talk about modes and how that plays in a little bit, but for the sake of my sanity, we're just going to keep it at tonal centers. So what's the main tonal center? What's the main key signature of a piece? And so far, out of, let's see how many numbers we've got here. Out of 63 surveyed, the biggest ones we have are D major with 14.5%. We got D minor, 12.9%. And then it looks like A minor, 9.7%. And then everything else, you know, we got 6.5 on E and E minor and F. It's kind of an unusual. I wouldn't think F would be in there, but we'll look here in a second. So far, all of these keys are pretty calm. And what do I mean by calm? Well, let's look at that. C, no sharps or flats. A minor, no sharps or flats. G, 1 sharp. E minor, 1 sharp. F, 1 flat. D minor, 1 flat. So these 6 right here were the ones I do believe. Yeah, those are the 6. With the nope, even with F. Where's our G here? Oh, look at that. G is very small in CITYPOP so far, 3.2%. Now, is this a good sampling? Absolutely not. We need to do a lot more. But something that's kind of fun is when we do it this way, we can come over here and we can sort by names, and then we can look at, let's say, like I've got Henri up. We've got all her timely albums. So if you look at this, each one is in a different key, I'm pretty sure. Cat's Eye is A minor. Stay By Me is B minor. Windy Summer is D. Shyness Boy is E. Can't Stop the Loneliness is F sharp minor. It makes me want to go through the rest of the piece and see, or the rest of the album, and go, hey, did you do every single song in a different key? Because that's a little bit of a flex if you did. That's pretty cool. But that's what we're doing. Now, getting back into the why am I doing this? Are you just totally insane? Perhaps, but I'm not the only person. There's this really cool website called Hook Theory, which has gone through and done exactly what I'm trying to do here, but on a much broader pop music scale. So they have, according to them, it says 30,000, but it's more than 30,000 tabs or whatever data that they're drawing from. And according to their data, this is the major breakdown of all the keys ranked by popularity. So if you're talking about the modes, which are major, minor, or Mixolydian, Dorian, Linden, Phrygian, all these other modes that we'll talk about in a second, the biggest, you can see what keys are the most popular. C major, A minor. All right, we already talked about that. All keys ranked by popularity. I think that's pretty funny. C major, then D major, G major, A major. Okay, so there you go. All these keys that we were talking about, C, D, G, A, E. So let's look at that. C, D, G, A, E. So these right here. So why would E major be a common key? That's got 4 sharps. I don't like that. Oh, wait. A guitar is tuned with open E strings. So that's another reason why E is very popular, is because the instrument that is super common in the genre of pop music likes that key. What other key does the guitar really, really like? Loves G, loves D. A pretty good as well. But those are the main ones that you want, are the G, D, A, E, which, as we look right here, that's what we want. And of course, C. C is good too. F starts to get a little bit weird, and once you start going this way into the flats, it starts getting rough. Why? Why don't we like E flat major? Or even, why don't we like B flat? Because that B flat has an E flat in it. If you play a open E and the note is supposed to be, Oh, yeah. Sounds terrible. That's the problem you run into. So unless you retune your instrument or you use a capo, that's another thing that forces these key signatures to operate in certain places. However, in city pop, these guys composing the music like to add a little bit more spice and really like to think about modes and meaning, and they have all this imagery in their music. So what I wanted to talk about, or explore a little bit, is to see if any of these traditional modes and their meanings translate into city pop, and see if we can draw any conclusions there. So what are some of these connotations or these ideas? Let me see if I can find it here. Can't you tell how crazy I am? Oh man, I forgot to talk about the flow chart. That's a cool thing too. So this is called the Affective Musical Key Characteristics GeoCity site. Some professor made this years ago. But just to give an example here, it goes through all the different key signatures. So C major, C minor, D flat major, C sharp minor, D major, D minor, all these different things, and gives the traditional Western meaning of it. So D major, the key of triumph, of hallelujahs, of war cries, of victory rejoicing. Thus, the inviting symphonies, the marches, holiday songs, and heaven rejoicing choruses are set in this key. It's very, very true. Classical music, you'll see D major, triumphant key, heroic key. Yeah, going for it, big. Like, you know, big. Let's see here. Let's do something different. F minor, deep depression, funeral lament, groans of misery, and longing for the grave. So if you're writing an F minor, I'm going to come over to your house and go, buddy, you doing okay? You wrote in a sad key. Things like that. And it goes on and on and on and on. A minor, pious womanliness and tenderness of character. Like I said, traditional old. This is old. Now, I was curious, is there a more updated version of this for pop music where we can look and see, well, what are the more up-to-date connotations with these keys? And I don't know about, I'm always Mr. Citations. I love to have citations or academic backing of some kind. This does not. This just looks like some dude's opinions, but taking it for what it is. Let's just see what he's got for D. Triumph and victorious. Feels like war marches or holiday songs. All right, well, that's about the same. F. Optimism and the will to explode. So that's definitely different. Let's see here. F minor. Okay, here we go. Dark and funeral. All right, that's the same. Evoking feelings of the deepest depression, death, loss, misery. All right, so that's about the same. B flat minor. Feels like the night, darkness, blasphemy, death, and destiny. Interesting. So these ideas here, I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention because, you know, as we do deep dives on our musicians and albums and songs, one of the things that I think is most interesting is the source material. You know, how did these artists come up with these ideas in the first place? You know, is the music, you know, the key signature, or are there pieces at work underneath that we're not aware of that once we become aware of, add more to the overall piece? I don't know. We'll find out. Sometimes it adds a ton. Sometimes it doesn't add anything. But it's a really good exercise because it's always good to know the mechanics of, you know, what you're doing, what you listen to, and what we like. Last thing I want to show you that I think is pretty cool. Now, you think I'm getting nerdy on it? This nerd, semanticscholar.com. I don't know who did this, who did all this research, but it's amazing. Axel Burnt. Double thumbs up. So I was trying to find a good way to explain musical tension, which is, now that we've picked a key signature and we're within it, we're talking about our chord progression. So what's a chord progression? 1, 4, 5, 1, or 1, 4, 5, 6, 1. That kind of thing is the order of the chords in the song once you've picked a key, and that's a super common one. The reason that's common is because whatever your 1, your tonic is, that's strong. It makes you feel like you're at home. That's the key that you really, really like. So let's just give an example of this. All right, so this is the key signature I'm in. If I go to an F chord, right there, want me to go back to the 1. Like that. Now, where else could I go? To the 5. So, when I go to the 4, I could go back to 1, or I could go to 5. Both of those make sense, but the 4 builds tension. However, where do you want that to go? Back to 1. So the 5 builds a ton of tension because you expect it to lead you back to the 1. Whoa, that's different. What is that? That's a flat, I don't know, 3 in the key? That's weird. But then back to 4, 1. I don't know if that was an adequate explanation, but the idea is that every chord within a key signature has a inherent percentage of tension. And this absolute legend went through and calculated the math, and I love it. And it makes sense if you look at it here. So let's just take our example I just did, C major. So C has 0 tension. It's our home. That's where we want to be. No tension build. When we go to the F, the one I was talking about, 55 out of 100. Okay. It builds some tension, but we got options. It could go to the 5. It could go, other places. We can still move around. Once we go to the G, or here we go. Let's see here. C. Yeah. So F. When we get to the G, all right, 27. Not too bad. So now I'm thinking, well, now why is that not as much tension as I would think? It's because you're expecting it to go back to that 1. So according to this guy's formula, and from what I read doing some research here, he's talking about what causes the most psychological tension in a song. And start looking at where these high numbers are. C sharp. The sharp 1 or the flat 2, however you want to think about it. That's a lot of tension. So if you were going, let's see here, that would be going. That half-step motion builds a lot of tension. What else builds tension? Going from the C to the D sharp, that's a weird one. So you can see how all these weird intervals, the tritone, F sharp, that's almost the top right there. But you can see the biggest ones, the closer, the weirder of a relationship you have to your tonic, the higher the tension. And you can see how taking just a very basic chord progression, where you're going C, A minor, and F, G7, and then C. You can see how that curve builds up over time, and what's fun is that if you keep the same general structure, but you keep making the chords more and more and more complex, it builds more and more tension. It starts you from a higher base level and it takes you to a higher location of tension because it's just, well, this chart is just overloading. But I just think that's very, very cool where you can obfuscate and play with these keys and with these chords in such a way to subconsciously build tension in the listener's ear. So, kind of cool. All right. Theory lesson done. Let's listen to some music, everybody. Man, is anybody still here? Whew! The 7 of you that have stuck around, you guys deserve a medal because you guys don't even pay for this. And this is college stuff. This is homework. Doing homework at school. All right. They're at home. Homework at school. All right. We got a first request. Do you remember me by the ABs? Okay. Do you remember me, ABs? Let's see what we got here. Figure out the key signature. am like 90% sure here that we are in A major. Yep. So what am I doing to figure that out? I'm listening for when we hit the beginning of our chorus or of our verse is usually a good indicator. You can check there. But I'm trying to play a scale that overlaps. So if I take a major scale in A, we'll hear that it works. Now, if it didn't work, it fell apart at the end. Yeah. Because we're switching keys in here. We're switching key centers and chords. But there's your 7 that builds tension coming back to our 1. And now what we're doing, we're chilling on the 5. So if we're in A, then we're chilling on a D. So they're just going from 5 to 1. 5 on the D, 1 on the A. So it's just going back. We've just got this 5. Oh, now we're doing the. Yeah, that'd be 5. E major, A major. And then what would that be? D? Or no, yeah. A to D. And then the 7, which is G, going to A. The major's G to A. Back to the G. Back to the A. Oh yeah, I was like, you gotta get a little bit of that spicy. Good stuff right there. Dude, ABs, amazing. I gotta remember now all the cats in the ABs, because there's a lot of anti-blocker system is not what I'm looking for. Is it the ABs? No, you just have to have the apostrophe. Ah, Makoto Matsushita. That's who's in there that I knew. And Yoshino Fujimon. They put his name backwards to fake me out. Yeah. Naoki Watanabe. Okay, so let's see here. This is ABs 2. ABs, I'm gonna guess that was 79. Oh man, so far off. 1984. All right. ABs. Let's see here, release year 1984, and the album title is ABs 2, and it was an A major, and the song was called Do You remember me? Do you remember me? And I'm gonna assume there's a question mark in there. And let's get that BPM while we're here. One 22. Oh yeah, it's 122. I am a nerd, a super rhythm nerd. Played too many rhythm video games as a child. Beat Mania, shout out, yeah. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much what I was planning on doing. And then we can come over here and we can see our updated information with A major. Where are you? There you go. Taking a little bit of a boost. And that's how we're going to do this. So, who else has got some music that they want to listen to? Let's see what we got here. I'm going to let this keep rolling in the background here since I'm surely already got that tip from the old copyright bot. Let's see here. Okay, so we got Julian. I don't think minor keys hold the same connotation in Japanese music. You would think that. But when it comes to the pop music element, that is a part of it. As you guys know, though, that's what makes city pop interesting, is the sound. Yes, it has elements of all these other pop music, genres, but it has something that's uniquely Japanese. And what is uniquely Japanese is that fusion of their own cultural, traditional music theory, instruments, with this influx of all the Western musical traditions, ideas, things like that really kicked in the 60s. Things like that, rock and roll, all that good stuff. And the sound that we get, which is this very complex music theory, really, it's jazz. It's not more jazz than pop, but it has a huge element of that. I'll just pause this here. That's what these guys, a lot of them are going for. And many of these musicians go to conservatory before they become pop stars or have classical training. So looking into this, even though it's not the same, you are right, Julian. I'm not trying to say you're wrong here. It does have these components, though, of major is happy, minor is sad. And I'd love to hear some good examples of the pop music, because in the cultural music, you're exactly right. When we start talking about modal things, lots of things that are in minor, or modal but sound minor, are very beautiful and are love songs or songs of remembrance, things like that. So that's another question we're going to answer with our crazy research here. Tritones, yes. Ooh, okay, good info. AB's2 was recorded in London in '84. It's very, very nice. They didn't have the songs written when they left for Japan. There's something, it's very crazy. A lot, this now, Mint Jams. What else were we looking at that was recorded in 2 days? Oh, Ryu Fukui, that jazz pianist. All these cats that organically record things on the spot or improv or, trust in their ability to make music in the moment. There was another album we were looking at. It wasn't Henri, but somebody went to LA to go record without having written the second half of the album. And we're like, I want to just let the American musicians figure it out. It was something that had Nathan East was working on it. That was, part of our Nathan East series. So that's always an interesting approach, because to me that just sounds like the worst stress nightmare of all time, going into a recording studio without a plan. But it gives it that je ne sais quoi. It gives it that quality that's really, that cool extra spice of, man, these guys are really playing well together, really listening well, because they're not playing a part, they're, creating in real time. It's pretty neat. Yeah. What about Santa Monica Rally by Shigeru Suzuki? I don't know. Let's find out. What about it? This is Shigeru, not Miyamoto. Suzuki. What about Santa Monica? I was really hoping that the song is called, in an angry voice, What About Santa Monica Valley? What the heck is going on here? Oh boy. Now we got another song in major key signature. Feeling good. Ooh, F. So this is now using a very fun element of whatever key you have is going from whatever your main, major or minor, whatever your modality, in this case, major, and using the same notes, but going to its relative minor. So if we're an F major, we go down 3 half steps to find our relative minor. So if we think in our head, we got an F, so we go to E, E flat, D. So it's either F major or D minor. Right now, we're in F major. So if we start on F, F, G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F, right? No, one flat. B flat. Hold on. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. But if I start on the D, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. Now we're in F major. And then when we get into this middle part, so all that right there, all that goofing around there, I'm in D minor. Versus F major. So that's another option you always have, is going to your relative major or minor. So if you're playing in a minor key, you can go to major, major, minor. So to look at those, what would those be? Also, before I forget this, Santa Monica Rally, F major. Santa Monica Rally. That's crazy. Or F major. Okay, I was like, we have 2 in the same key again. That's totally nuts. All right, let's see if we can get that info here. 1979, Shigeru Suzuki. Oh, hey. Shigeru Suzuki. 1979. From the album, I do not know. I'm just gonna do this. I'm doing it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing that because that's gonna bother my OCD. Okay. Well, there you go. So, Santa Monica Rally, F major. That's a cool song. I dig that a lot. 1979, Shigeru Suzuki. Let's take a little bit of a look at this cat. Shigeru Suzuki. Not Suzuki. Okay. Shigeru Suzuki, please. Oh, okay. Thank you. This cat looks familiar. Oh! Yeah, we've looked at this cat many times. He was on Pacific. I didn't know that. Okay. Bandwagon. Uh-huh. I've seen that one before. I think I even reviewed that album years ago. My apologies, Shigeru, for forgetting. But we're in... Oh, Cosmos 51. All right. So we got a title. It's not that hard. I bet if I look into the chat right now, everybody's like, you turd, it's right here. All right. Now, what's the BPM on this bad boy? 103. That's a nice chill BPM. Cool. All right, jumping back in the chat here. I'm gonna have this chilling here, super quietly in the background. There we go. Nice little background noise. All right, let's see here. AB's. Why didn't he have this on? Okay. All right, so. Julian, another thing is that they were stuck in Moscow when the Soviet Union shot down a Korean airplane, Flight 007. Wow, that's crazy. Man, during there's all sorts of stories from the Cold War from musicians, who were going in and out of, especially the Soviet Union, specifically, and also East Germany. But there's all sorts of crazy stories that are kind of borderline 007 James Bond kind of stuff. One of my professors, his mother, who was an amazing musician, escaped from the Soviet Union by just sneaking over on a concert tour and then talking to one of the heads of this music foundation there, and just auditioned on the spot and was like, let me stay, let me stay. But it's like, I'm being very vague because I don't want to tell a story that's not mine to tell because it's a personal one, but it's a crazy story of just like sneaking out during wartime essentially. And yeah, she's an amazing musician. Anywho, I can only imagine what that would be like, being stuck in the Soviet Union when they shot down a Korean airplane. Oh, goodness. All right, let's see it. This is kind of fire, but I always hated the album art for this one. Dude, you and me too, man. This just gives me the anxieties. I'm going to go ahead and take this off screen. Why is there like a cord at the back? There's tubes. This is weird. It's weird. Yeah, 3 half steps down. Dude, okay, if I can give any little tip, that is the best tip of music theory that I can give all day. So if we're looking here, let's see here. What do I have? I guess I just had the screen. Let me see. Where is that? Did I have enough foresight to get that musical mode thing? Of course I didn't. If we look at the keyboard. Let's see here. If I do keyboard modes. Yay. All right. So if we're looking at a piano keyboard. Like, let me just open this in a new window. In a new tab. Beautiful. So if we've got a keyboard here, what this is highlighting in the green are the keys, the white keys in this case, that you would play to get these different modes if you wanted to hear them on your own. So to hear these modes, Wikipedia, the page that I just moved away from, just so we can hear this. If we're doing the C, so we're doing Ionian, which is our major, the thing that we've had 2 songs now. That's what we get, major mode right there. If we do Dorian mode, that is where, now if you look here, the easiest way to memorize the half steps and whole steps, if you're going to take a music theory test, is to start on D and go to D. For Phrygian, start on E and go to E. And if we look at the relationships here, here's the sequence of what they call W whole steps and H half steps. So every key on a piano, if it's next to another key, so this black one, that's a key. So a C to right here, C to C sharp, that's a half step. So C to D is a whole step because there's a key in between. So it's a whole step. Now, it can get confusing because E to F. Oh, well, E to F, that's a whole step, right? No, there's no black key in between E and F. So that's a half step from E to F. So here we go C to D, whole step, D to E, whole step, E to F, half step, F to G, whole step, G to A, whole step, A to B, whole step, B to C, half step. So this is your sequence. So instead of having to memorize all these sequences, you can just visually memorize, okay, Ionian starts white keys, C to C, Dorian, white keys, D to D, Phrygian, white keys, E to E. And you can see over here in the sequence column how that changes the order of steps and very much will take, so if I do Ionian, which is starting on C major, and keep in mind these are all the same keys, so I'm not changing any of the notes, but this is Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian. At this point, you're probably going, I don't hear the difference. You are crazy. Why am I listening to this channel? Is PewDiePie still a thing? Because I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's a spot. I need that one again. Yeah, spice me up, Locrian. So good. Anyway, we got all these modes, all these keys, all this stuff, all of this just to come back over here to look at what our major, man, I got so far off topic with that. I apologize, guys. I just wanted to get that information out there of what these modes are and how they're organized. So now that you've got that, and I apologize, this is what this was all about, is thinking of half steps. So now I've explained these half steps and whole steps, all this kind of stuff. So if we look here, C major, Timmy, it is not time. He wants food. If we started a C right here and we go down 3 half steps, 1 is B, 2 is B flat, 3 would be A. So there we go. A, we check our work, A minor, perfect. So now we go over here, let's do E. So if I start on an E, I go down 1, okay, E flat, 2, okay, D, okay, 3, D flat. Oh, well, actually, no, not a D flat, because we need to have another, we need to go down 2 letter names. So it's not a D flat, it's a C sharp. So it would be C sharp minor. Yes, my doctorate is confirmed. I get to keep it 1 more week. Now, why does this also say D flat minor? But you just said that D flat minor wasn't a thing. Warble, warble, warble. You said it's got to be C. I did, and I stand by it. Why? Because I do. Actually, why does that say D flat minor? Because I was thinking, now the reason you would do that is down here. These 2. Because you've got C sharp major and D flat major, which is 7 sharps or 5 flats. The same thing. They're the same key signatures. They align on top of each other. This is a very strange, I'm seeing now like, wait a second. We're missing one over here. Where's C flat? There's supposed to be a C flat right here. Well, once again, lack of research gave me a bunk chart for you guys. Fun. All right, let's get back to playing some music here. Let's see what else we got in terms of the suggestions. Yeah, the cover is a touch weird. 1/5 of Happy End and in like 80% of CITYPOP. Yeah. Basically what we'll call minor is just the 6th mode of the major scale. Yeah, it is. It is. Good job. Also, hi. What's up, Sasha? Good job. That's exactly it. Music theorists in the audience. I love it. Yeah, let's do it. Santa Monica, no joke. Or no, yeah, okay. Man, if you guys don't know, I absolutely have horrid dyslexia and what's that thing? Not selective memory, but Freudian. I don't know what's wrong with me. So many things, too many to enumerate. Although I do like whatever is going on with this orange aesthetic. Whoa. I think we're in minor. Oh no, we're modal, baby. C? Oh, you're evil, dude. Why would you give me this? This is so much harder. Yeah, this is... half step. What have you done to me? C minor. That's cool. Ah, what is this, dude? This is like some ELP, man. This is awesome. Okay, who is this? Who is this now? Who's trolling me? Song? Surely not. Izumi Kobayashi? I mean, this song is awesome, don't get me wrong. I'm so confused, dude. The Flying Mimi Band? Okay, so I got the right one. 1978, huh? What? That was super dope. That was super dope. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless. That was super dope. Okay, so Izumi Kobayashi and Flying Mimi Band. Very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. I would like to know more. Because that was very, very, very cool. One Note Sama, okay. Huh. What? LP is listed with something on... with special store performance on both sides. This implies the LP was for use within stores as BMG, hence the repeat of songs, most likely to also promote both Junko Ohashi's Crystal City and Kina Shokichi's albums as well during this time. Interesting. Okay, so this is just a promo disc. Okay, well, very cool, man. Well, thank you, Julian, that's an awesome suggestion, man. So Izumi Kobayashi and her Flying Mimi Band. Very, very, very cool. She's the one who plays keyboards on Takanaka Lives? I know exactly who this is now, and I've wondered who this was. Okay. There she. Yes, of course this is who she is. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is. I talk about this all the time. Seriously, people who are my friends, or heaven forbid, my pop music students, they hear this all the time. Oh, where is it? Takanaka Live. Dang, what is that? What's the name of the Takanaka Live Japan? Oh, what is the name of that song? It's gonna drive me crazy. Anyway, she has a really, really good keyboard solo that I use as a wonderful example of how to really be expressive with very, very little movement, little motion. All right, where are you at, girl? Soon. There it is. I was like, what is the name of that dang song? Yeah. This is her absolutely crushing it. This works for two reasons. The counterpoint, which is so subtle, because it sounds just like one main note, but she's supporting it with this bass. Like and it's harmonic. It's not just unisons. And the space. Oh man, it's so good. And then this happens. It's too good. It's just too good. Okay. Going back now, because this needs to be cataloged, because this was a good one. Thank you very much, Julian. That was very, very good. Okay, Santa Monica no Yoake. Let's see here. Santa Monica no and Yoake. Okay, and that was in, we're gonna have to say, I think C minor. Let's go one more pass through here. It was definitely a funky. Mixture. I'm not even gonna try to attempt to say exactly what it is, but it's like this. C minor, C major. It's like both. But we're gonna go with C minor, just as an overall C minor. Okay, that was in 78. 1978. This is from the album Orange Sky - Endless Summer. And that is like 140 BPM. See, Izumi, Kobayashi, and friends. Flying Mimi Band. Is that it? Yeah, I got it. Flying Mimi Band. Sweet. Okay, cool. All right, we got time for one more song here before we pop out here for today. Let's see what we got. So we got A major, F, C minor. All right. Let's see if we can't do a speed round. Pop out a whole bunch real fast. Let's see. I'm gonna type in. Well, we got Takanaka up here. Takanaka. Let's do Malibu. I think Malibu's probably in C major. It's definitely major. E major. Yeah, I'm not super good at guitar. E major is what we're dealing with there. So we got E major. Thank you, Patrice Russian. So that's Malibu by Masayoshi Takanaka. Now, why aren't you guys centering all of my text? Thank you. What? Not you too. Center. Thank you. When was Malibu? What was that? 1981? 77? Man, CITYPOP license denied. Revoked. And this is Insatiable Hot. Yeah. Wait, is that how you spell insatiable? Dang it. I don't know. Yeah. I could spell occasionally. Oh, I didn't do the BPMs, dang it. All right, what's this one? I'm gonna guess it's 86. It is 75. Oop, too fast, too fast. 74. 74. Now, what was that other song? Let's see what we got in the suggestions. Hey, what's up, Mott? Good to see you too, homie. Hey, if you got a song suggestion, hit me up. Yeah, you did. You thought yes, I just know the BPMs. I'm not cheating at all. This jazz is always hard. Because they're always fluid. They're cruising at 137. What a weird number, man. That's a jazz number right there. Okay, cool. Let's see if we got one more track in here. Let's see here. I didn't hear the message. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna open it up for one more as I'm getting this last one done here, because we got that done, we got that done. Rush, unfortunately, does not make the list. But let's do, let's see here. Oh, there we go. Julian to save the day. Bam. This is what we're doing. Something I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. All right, let's see what we got. I don't know anything about this, but we're off to a fantastic start. Damn. Oh, yeah.
Eu quero passar, andar de trem.
Damn.
Flores beijando mulher pra me levar na ilusão.
Major, D minor.
Abra o seu coração.
Very cool. Javon, is that how you say it?
Andar de trem,
This kicks ass, man.
flechas de solidão cantam pra saudar noites de luar em vão.
Ba-ba. Very cool, man. What did I say? 1980.
Abra o seu coração, que eu quero passar, andar de trem,
Let's see.
flores beijando o chão, pedras a sonhar, tudo em trance de amor. As carícias virão, soltas pelo ar, vindas do além. E no meu coração.
There we go. That's a pop BPM right there. 86. Oh, did I really? Javon? Yeah. I dig this, man. But I'm sorry, Julian. I call you like Julian half the time. My apologies, brother. I'm so sorry. I just can't. I can't speak.
Se faz mulher pra me levar na ilusão.
Sunny Sides Cruise by T Square. Let's do it.
Abra o seu coração.
I like it. We're gonna look at a little T Square right now after this song. See what our key is. And then we'll get that going on the next stream. Actually, I'd take it back. We're just gonna save that for the next stream because it's after 10 o'clock. I just saw that right there. So, ending on a very strong note of discovery here. Javon, little Latin America city pop here, 1984. Excellent. I have no idea what MPB stands for. Popular Brazilian music. Okay, well that just makes a little too much sense. Very, very cool stuff right there. Very, very cool. All right, so let's do a real quick here reevaluation of our keys and see what we got here. Let's sort. All right, so what do we got now? Still crushing it mostly here with our D major, D minor. But looks like A and F, A minor and F are coming up. 9%, getting closer. All right, I'm going to do my own work in the background here this week. I might even have a stream where I just, hey, that wasn't something. That was nothing right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely don't play that song where I get copyright BMG'd by whoever sang that song. Forgot her name. Anyway, thank you for hanging out, guys. This has been fun. Fun for me. I hope you guys enjoyed me going crazy talking about key signatures and modes and sounding absolutely like an insane crazy person. It's a complex topic, but I think it's a really interesting one, and it's a really important one. Because anytime, as we've talked, that you understand the things that you love or the things that you work with or experience a lot, the more you enjoy them and the more you understand them. And if you're the creative type and you ever want to play any of this music or create your own, it really, really is fundamental to understand these pieces that help go into this creation process for so many of these artists. So I'm going to keep working on plugging in keys because this is kind of some fun data collection stuff here. And you guys do the same. Be thinking of songs, albums, anything like that that you want. My cat Timothy is revolting behind me, ready to chew through a wall. And so I'm going to go take care of him. But until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, a great weekend. I'm coming, Timothy. I hear you, buddy. And until next time, take it easy. And I'm going to start fumbling around for the stop button. Is it over here?